Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 3 de Secret Files Tunguska. Ontem a Nina espionou o Oleg, mas só ouviu novamente de Tunguska e algo que deu a entender que ela própria também seria um alvo. Max, o outro pesquisador do museu, vai ajudá-la e deixou a sala para obter mais informações sobre Tunguska, ficando de retornar. Numa cena cortada, apareceu um misterioso sujeito numa cobertura de um prédio muito chique, que parecia o chefe do bando, cobrando resultados em relação ao pai de Nina. E duas coisas. Primeiro, que apesar da teoria mais aceita atualmente ser a do meteorito que explodiu no ar na região de Tunguska, eu acho que a outra teoria, que é muito mais provável, muito mais válida, é a de que naquela região que foi afetada e grandemente destruída em Tunguska, na estepe russa, foi quando a Cirila passou por lá, ainda sem dominar todo o poder do sangue ancestral. A outra é que tanto a Bá quanto eu pensamos tudo certo ontem, que tinha que colocar esse diadema da princesa em alguma lâmpada. E procuramos lâmpada no prédio inteiro e não encontramos, inclusive utilizando o botão de locais com ação dentro da cena, né? Mas daí, olhando no guia do jogo, e eu só olhei até onde me deu a solução para isso, para não adiantar, não lembrar o resto, apesar de já ter jogado. Nesta cena aqui eles dizem que tem uma lâmpada em que é para usar o diadema. Continuo sem ver aonde seria esse lugar. Ah, aqui é mesmo. Eu nunca olhei para esse ponto branco aqui. É aqui.
It brings a little illumination into the darkness.
Um pouco de luz na escuridão. É, então é lá que nós vamos usar isso. Muito bem, Bá.
Whether I'll get any brighter? Wow, it works!
Agora ela vai ter que usar aqui para investigar?
Somebody seems to have marked one of the rooms with invisible ink, and it has just been revealed by the colored light beam. I have no idea where this room 8 is located exactly because there's no map key. Although it seems to be one of the rooms that are being renovated.
E ela tem que ir então nessa sala que está sendo reformada, mas abriu agora e teria que ter um novo corredor. Ah, não, agora ela encontra o Max.
Wow, not bad. I only go away for a few minutes and you transform the museum into a light show.
Oh, I'm sorry, but...
That's okay. But what is all this stuff and what does it mean?
I don't exactly know either. But if this riddle really comes from my father, then he must have had an extremely good reason for the whole effort.
Have you found anything out yet?
I'm still working on it. And you? Is there anything new on the subject of Tunguska?
Not a lot. Here, I found these two articles.
The light beam has changed the color of the escape plan on the wall. A room with the number 8 seems to be highlighted. Is that one of the rooms that is currently being renovated?
Yes, and they've been renovating it for ages. The complete substance of this house is unfortunately no longer the best, and the workers are having a lot of problems completing the job.
Was there anything special in that room?
Well, no, not really. All of the exhibits from that room are currently stored in my office. Are you looking for something specific?
If only I knew.
We can go straight to my office. Maybe you'll find something there to help you out. Come on into my office and we'll have a look at the exhibits from room 8.
Mas,
Have a look around. All these things are out of the room that's being renovated.
mas ela tem que olhar o diário ainda. Dá para fazer isso enquanto ele está agachado ali mostrando o cofrinho. Oh, mas já pulamos uma coisa também de catástrofe ali. Na manhã de 30 de junho de 1908, pôde apreciar-se no céu um fenômeno difícil de descrever. Pouco tempo depois se produziu uma grande explosão com uma força 2.000 vezes superior à da bomba atômica de Hiroshima, que alterou a calma habitual da extensa zona de bosque selvagem das montanhas da Sibéria Central. Uma grande bola de fogo incinerou rapidamente todos os arredores. Uma onda expansiva de força inimaginável arrasou árvores e acabou com a vida dos habitantes das tribos de Tunguska, os traficantes de peles russos e as manadas de renas em um raio de uns 20 quilômetros. O movimento sísmico afetou todo mundo a 500 metros por segundo. Essa noite o céu brilhou de forma especial na Europa. Estranho descobrimento. Enquanto fazia uma prospecção, o geólogo russo Leonid Kulik descobriu supostamente uma substância completamente desconhecida na face da Terra. Kulik já havia saído nos titulares 11 anos antes. Kulik já havia saído em notícias 11 anos antes, em manchetes. Dizia haver encontrado um objeto gigantesco de forma estranha, feito um material desconhecido, junto com um crescimento anormal das plantas na zona perto do lugar da explosão na região de Tunguska. Todos os intentos de obter mostras da rocha fracassaram, posto que o material era demasiado pesado e durante a expedição seguinte, o misterioso objeto desapareceu subitamente. Imagina, um objeto super pesado que ninguém conseguia nem transportar, sumiu imediatamente. Então agora ela tem que procurar aqui o que estaria na sala 8 e que agora está aqui com ele. Tem coisas novas aqui. Enquanto ela saiu esses segundos, abriram umas caixas aqui.
A pygmy warrior's shield from the year 1687 or 1688 in the region of Asia, or something like that.
Não dá ação aqui.
If I remember correctly from the documentation on the Incas that I have seen recently, these kinds of masks were worn during ritual sacrifices.
A Bá, advogada de defesa do Max, já disse que as coisas estavam aqui e que ela só não se interessou antes porque ela não sabia que poderia ser útil. Então não tinha ponto de interrogação aqui. Até pode ser, mas bem que podia, diria ela.
It looks ancient. Although I saw one like these in some Swedish furniture store only last week, I think this one, however, is ancient.
Muito engraçadinha, né, dona moça?
A vase from the Ming Dynasty. I broke one like this when I was a kid.
E ainda dá risada de quebrar uma raridade. Caríssimo. Esse mapa asteca que vai usar aquelas indicações?
I think that must be some sort of calendar, but how to read it is what I don't know.
Qual é a forma de interpretá-lo, hein? Por enquanto não dá ação. Com nada. Então acho que eu vou ter que descobrir alguma coisa para começar a mexer nisso que deve ser um quebra-cabeça.
That could be an antique, Unfortunately, that's about all I can say about it.
E isso é um ventilador bem antigo, será? Daqueles que devolve a coisa que você joga nele com o dobro da força? Mas segundo a escoveta, o bom disso é que ele não sabe quem foi que jogou. Então ele devolve com o dobro da força na cabeça do escovinha. A única coisa que dá ação é essa bobagem aqui, mas não dá para ela fazer nada. Quer dizer, não dá ação, dá só falação. Nessa cena do prato tentar a lupa. Aqui para falar e aqui para colocar uma moeda. Ou pegar essa moeda. É a moeda que está faltando lá. Poxa, mas sem a indicação, sem a Bá dizer para trapacear aqui, acionando a lupa para dizer aonde tinha ação, jamais seria encontrado isso.
A rider? I always thought the Aztecs didn't have horses. Stranger and stranger.
Os astecas só conheceram o cavalo quando os espanhóis desembarcaram lá e acabaram com os astecas. A mesma coisa que fizeram com os maias, com os incas,
That
com
thing has obviously just been set in there.
todos
It
os
doesn't belong to the
povos.
relief disc.
Tá, então agora vamos lá. Finalmente o primeiro quebra-cabeça.
The coin seems to complete the set.
Nenhuma coluna, nenhuma linha, nenhuma diagonal com duas moedas iguais. Então a diagonal aqui já está certa, mas é a única. Bom, todas as rainhas vitórias em linhas diferentes. Estão na diagonal as rainhas? Aqui duas, né? Então não dá. Não, acho que sei lá. Para essa daqui não tem lugar. Então. Agora para essa outra aqui não tem. Uma delas jamais vai ter posição.
The note says, and the prince said to the princess, whether vertical, horizontal, or in both main diagonals, make sure that there is never a repeat within a line.
Nas diagonais do X,
Does that
claro.
have something to do with the coins?
Pode ter em diagonais, mas que não faça o X. Que não seja essa de 4 moedas. Essas duas diagonais de 4 moedas, sim. Assim, então, acho que estaria certo, né? E agora essas de 10 centavos estariam certas também. Sim, né? Agora as de cavalo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Também estaria certo, ao menos aparentemente. Agora só falta essa daqui. Que já deveria estar no lugar certo, né? Senão vai estragar as outras. Não tem nenhuma de 10 aqui, né? Agora teria dado certo, não teria? Mas o que está errado agora? Agora está tudo certo. Não está? Duas de 10. Aqui nessa horizontal, aqui é. E agora 3 dessa outra aqui. Ficou muito pior. Essa de 10 para cá. Essa de 10 para cá. E essa daqui para cá. Não, daí ficaram duas de 10 aqui.
Oops, that opened up a trap door.
Não sei como
It
eu
appears to be some kind of secret compartment. What could my father need one for? It contains documents.
acho que o jogo fica com pena depois de um certo
It has
tempo.
to do with my father's research expeditions. It's written here that in 1958, he was the leader of a secret expedition into the Tunguska region. Apparently, after the 1958 expedition, someone in the highest position tried to keep the results secret. It has to do with some strange plant growth. Daddy wanted to continue his research, but all further investigations were prohibited. Then apparently, he did travel to the region again himself, only in the company of a certain Manuel Perez and a local guide. That was in 1977. If I understand this correctly, a lot went wrong on this expedition. Something awful happened to Perez, and both of them were arrested. My father has not been able to find out what exactly happened to him that night, and Perez disappeared without a trace from that time forward. Daddy writes later that here at the latest, he should have realized that human life is always more important than research. What does he mean? Maybe I should ask Max. He'd be able to help me with all the formulae and explain the scientific expressions. And this is a letter from some society in Ireland. But these are just empty pages? I definitely need help. Maybe Max knows something about it all.
Sorry, I still don't have anything.
But how that is connected with my father's disappearance, I don't yet know. But I have found some of his records in a secret compartment. They describe a secret expedition and some very strange events and...
Hey, slow down. I can't follow you that quickly.
The best thing to do would be to come with me to my father's office. I'll show you the records, and then we should perhaps have a look at his filing cabinet.
Okay, let's go.
I told you that I didn't want to see you here again. Believe me, it really would have been better if you had kept out of it. Now I have no other choice but to... Ah!
Oleg Kambursky?
Looks like I came just in time. Are you okay?
Yes, I think so. What did the detective want from us anyway?
Did he want to shoot us?
Well, he probably doesn't have his weapon trained on you just for the fun of it. We should get away from here before this guy wakes up.
Partimos agora?
I'm sorry that I was so unfriendly when we first met. For some time now, I've had the feeling that I'm being pursued, and my nerves are shot right now. Of course I know your father. To be precise, I have known him for a very long time, and I know him very well. I was with him on one of his expeditions back then. We were in the Tunguska region back then, together with the Cuban Manuel Perez, an Irish biologist whose name I can't recall at the moment, and some assistants. I don't want to get into details regarding the events of the past, but for some reason, someone appears to be very interested right now. I have the feeling that not only your father, but I as well am in danger, and possibly all members of that past expedition still living. Of course, I can't prove it, but if I'm not mistaken, the Russian Secret Service, FSB, could be behind it. They already tried back then to prevent us, and your father in particular, from undertaking further expeditions. You know about your mother?
My mother? Why? What does she have to do with anything?
You know that she died in an accident?
Yes, but...
It is rather questionable whether it really was an accident. You were in the car as well. I was driving behind you when the car suddenly crashed through a bridge railing and plunged into a river. I was barely able to get you out of there. But when I tried to save your mother, 2 of my fingers were torn off. Therefore...
Daddy never told me anything about that.
I'm certain he tried not to burden you with that as well. The 2 of us have already reproached ourselves enough. But enough about the past. Now we have to find your father again. Due to the events of the last few days, I activated a few of my contacts. One of them is Sergei, who is moving in circles which, well, I'd rather not be found anywhere near them. But he knows just about everything that no one is actually supposed to know. According to his information, a research station was built in the Tunguska region decades ago, and now another transport is planned to go there. Supposedly, Not all the scientists who are to be transported there are participating voluntarily. This research trip and the disappearance of your dad a few days before its start could very well be linked.
Does that mean my father was kidnapped and is now sitting on a train to Siberia? What do they want from him?
Even if, officially, he hasn't been active in research for years, he is still an expert in his field. I am sure that Sergei could help us.
I have to go to Moscow?
I have an airplane. We could be there in a few hours. I know this is all quite a lot to swallow at once, but if your dad is really on that train, we have no time to lose. As soon as he reaches the Tunguska region, we'll barely be able to get him out again. The area around the station is too heavily guarded.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but maybe it is the only chance. So let's go.
It would be good if someone stayed behind, in case Vladimir does get in touch after all.
But...
Nina, we should go if we want another chance to get there before the train leaves.
I suppose I could have another look at your father's records, but I don't have a good feeling.
Great. Then let's go.
Take good care of yourself, okay?
I'll do my very best. I wish I could.
Yes, me too. Good luck.
Partimos agora? Também que eles estão indo da Alemanha para a Rússia. Mas mesmo assim, naquele tempo precisava visto, precisava autorização. Não é só entrar no avião e descer no outro país. Não era?
Oh, Oleg didn't tell me you were such a beauty. If I had known that, my price would have gone down.
Yes, I'm happy to see you too. You can help me in the search for my father?
Sergei can do a lot of things. Some say Sergei can do everything. But Sergei is martyr, so let's just stick with Sergei can do almost everything.
Yes. Modesty honors you.
What can I do for you?
I thought you knew that.
Sure. But Sergei needs all the information again firsthand. And looking at your mouth and your moving lips.
Are you going to help me or just gawk?
How does the saying go? One hand washes the other.
Okay. So, my father has disappeared. I only wanted to meet him in the museum where he worked. And as I arrived...
Yeah. Sergei knows that.
Then what do you want to know?
What did your father do in the last few weeks? What was he working on? Who was he working for?
Oh, quite honestly, I have no idea. I have never really spoken to my father to any extent about his work. He tends to hold hour-long lectures about scientific things, and after a few minutes, I tend to fall half asleep. Then at some time, we agreed to leave the subject of work out of our conversations.
Not good. Really not good.
Yes, I know, but it doesn't matter now anyway. But again, I really don't know what it was, or for who he has been working for recently. Besides his work for the museum, he still held lectures and prepared reports, but I can't be any more exact than that. All I know is that in the last few days he seemed a bit unconcentrated, as if he was especially concerned with something. But what that was?
That gets us nowhere. A couple of birdies told me in the last few days that another train is leaving for the Tunguska region today. It has to do with some kind of scientific experiments. What kind exactly, I don't know. But it's not important now. In any case, a few old friends have been reactivated.
Old friends? Reactivated?
Scientists and people who know the area who were in the Tunguska region in the past, they were, well, asked to cooperate. Some came voluntarily. Others had to be persuaded.
Oh, I understand.
Good. Be that as it may, your father may be with them.
Is he in danger?
If he doesn't do anything stupid, he won't have any problems normally.
But how are we going to get him out?
We aren't going to get him out at all. But as I've already said, Sergei can do almost everything. An old acquaintance is standing at the side entrance of the train station. He'll take you in and give you a pass and a uniform. As soon as you're on board the train, you should be able to find enough time to look around. The guards on board are usually busy drinking and playing cards during the trip. Oh, and by the way, you're traveling under the name Nina Perkova. Your last name could give you away if your father is actually on board.
So I get in the train, eliminate all the guards, and free my father. Alone? Great plan. Just great.
When you find him, then we'll see how you'll get your father out. Not to worry. Sergei would never leave such a sweet ass hanging.
Okay, that's a relief then. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous about my father. I really am happy that you could help me. Thank you.
That's okay, little one. They don't call Sergei the good soul of Moscow for nothing. And don't forget, even if you get information that you don't know what to do with, Sergei can certainly figure it out.
Okay, I'll see what I can find out.
Nice weather we're having, isn't it?
Yeah. It's much too nice to sit around out here. Comrade Yushin is taking your shift now. Isn't that nice of him?
What?
Why?
Come with me. Let's chat a bit.
E o que ela vai fazer
It
aqui
doesn't
agora?
seem to be my lucky day today. Was that a coincidence, or did they find out that Sergei bribed one of the guards? In any case, I now have a huge problem. Sergei has gone. My cell phone has no signal here, and I have to get onto the train fast. Nina, it's time for a stroke of genius. I need an idea.
Pensa, Nina. Pensa rápido, Nina.
That rust bucket is in a really miserable condition. Even with wheels, that thing probably wouldn't move. Without wheels, there is not a hope in hell.
Por que dá ação na furgoneta se ela não pode fazer nada? Mexer na caixa de ferramentas com o cara ali não dá. Anúncio.
An advertisement for the Gartuzo Corporation. Outrageously expensive, insufficient coverage, lousy service. If those are your requirements for a cell phone in today's world, go to the competition. If not, come to us. Gartuzo Telecommunications offers the ideal contract option for any requirement, tailored to your needs. Switch now. By now, they seem to be everywhere. I've already received dozens of brochures from them at home.
Tijolo.
Luckily, they are not as heavy as they look.
Ela vai quebrar o vidro da Kombi ali? Será?
He's making a furious impression. Fun on the job usually looks different. Hello. So late and you're still working?
Yeah, real funny, huh? You probably think it's hilarious that a poor guy like me has to work so late, and then has to muck around in other people's shit. Real funny, huh? Ha ha.
Wow, you're in a good mood. I wasn't having a laugh at your cost, honestly.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm a little irritable. Today's actually supposed to be my day off, and yeah, and now I have to work overtime just because this bunch of soldiers doesn't know how to flush the toilet. You hopefully aren't one of them, are you?
No way, don't worry.
Good. When I catch the person who dumped this shit on my lap, he's going to be sick just thinking of the word toilet.
Yeah, look, could we change the subject, please? My graphic imagination is very well developed, and my stomach is remembering what it had for lunch. Having to work on your day off is, of course, really bitter. That would piss me off, too. Excuse me, a slip of the tongue. Did you already have some plans? Cinema, a few bars, or anything?
Yeah, I wanted to go fishing. A couple of beers, rod in hand.
Yeah, I had a boyfriend like that once.
Huh?
Nothing. Tell me more.
Well, just a really relaxing day. But maybe I can do it tomorrow instead. If only they'd finally pick the right lottery numbers.
That car over there, is that yours?
No, I think that's been there for a few years now. I don't even know if there are any parts still in it.
Loteria.
The lottery. What is so special about that?
They hold a special drawing in which you can really clean up. You know, I've been playing the lottery for 20 years and have never won anything. But today is my lucky day. I could tell when I woke up. All this shit is gonna end today. I'm gonna buy myself a little cabin on a nice river somewhere. Maybe I'll even buy the river too. And then...
Yeah, and then spend the whole day with your rod in the water, I know.
Exactly. The stupid thing is, you have to have every number in exactly the right order. If the first 3 numbers match, you can win something too. But to really clean up, all the numbers must be correct.
That means, in the worst scenario, if you have one wrong number, you can lose completely.
Yep, but I'm gonna win. 856549. I'm gonna have a new life with these numbers.
So the soldiers have screwed up your day off. Did they just turn up all of a sudden?
No, it wasn't that sudden. There've been rumors going around for a few days, but I had no idea there would be this many. I have no idea what they're all doing here.
Hey, you don't mean to tell me that the soldiers are swarming all over this quarter and you have no idea why they're here?
Well, there are always a few soldiers running around here. After all, it's a military train station. But I haven't seen this many in a long time. I've heard they're heading to Novosibirsk.
And what do they want there?
I have no idea. They don't talk to us. Think they're just better than us. Most of them don't have an original idea in their head anyway. They merely follow their orders. Someone told me there are also scientists with them. And a little while ago I saw large cages. I have no idea what they're planning.
Cages?
Yes. Apparently there are some prisoners on the train. Maybe that's why.
Cages for prisoners? Are they keeping my father like a wild animal? I urgently have to get on that train and get him out. I'd better get going then.
Me too.
As long as the worker is looking the other way, I should take the opportunity.
Eu pus só para ela falar sobre a caixa, ela já foi roubando, pelo simples prazer de delinquir. O que ela pegou?
Let's see what Russian construction workers have for breakfast. A thick rubber band.
Ela pegou só o elástico? Não, pegou o sanduíche também. Pão com manteiga.
No cheese, no ham, but 4 layers of butter.
Gato de carro oxidado?
That thing is rather rusty and immovable. It has some similarities with men of its age. That thing is completely rusted and the crank doesn't move.
Ah, é para pôr alguma coisa aqui, para levantar. O tijolo, será? Não. Tijolo para jogar no vidro.
I'll try to support this
No.
wreck with these bricks.
Ah, ela coloca os tijolos lá e daí pega o macaco, que eles chamam de gato. Gato de coche, em espanhol, castelhano.
That thing is completely rusted and the crank doesn't move.
Não, não era isso. Por que ela pôs os tijolos ali então? Será que ela tem que pôr a manteiga aqui? É.
Good idea. I can use the butter for lubrication.
Muito esperta, dona moça. Agora pegou o macaco, sei lá pra quê, mas...
Those things have a huge leverage.
Mas não é pra usar com nada que ela tem aqui no inventário. que ela pode descer aqui? Com o
That
cara
way
aí, acho
goes
que
down
não,
to
né?
yesterday's digested chicken. Yum. I can't get down there. The worker is blocking the way to the sewer.
E agora o que ela pode fazer? Mangueira. Ah, ela vai sabotar a mangueira do cara? A mangueira do trabalho do cara?
A long rubber hose. Demolition of a workplace is never a good idea, especially if the workplace belongs to a huge, strong building worker.
Usar o macaco na mangueira? Não. O elástico para fechar a mangueira? Não. Barreira.
The barrier is to stop people falling into the open sewer. It would make more sense to run one around the whole sewer. Demolition of a workplace is never a good idea, especially if the workplace belongs to a huge, strong building worker.
Não é pra ela mexer nada enquanto o cara está aí. Como é que ela faz pro cara sair daí? Ah, pegar os escombros aqui.
Dirt and refuse. Known among experts as junk.
Então, é exatamente
Well,
o
let's
que ela
rummage
queria.
around in the garbage, shall we? Great! A rusted nut and an unidentifiable iron something. It's the small things in life that bring happiness.
Ah, tá. Então, o elástico com a forquilha para fazer
Hey!
estilingue.
A catapult! We used to shoot at tin cans with these when we were children.
Colocar a porca de parafuso no estilingue. Tá armado. E jogar isso na cabeça do empregado aqui para ele ir embora. Não, não é essa a ideia. Não é para tirar na placa nem nada. Não é para tirar no guarda.
The guy who took over the job of Sergei's contact man looks extremely well trained. Here are the numbers of the special draw. 3, 5, 6, 5, 4, 9. One single wrong number. The sewage worker will be kicking himself in the ass all day long.
E se ela modificar com lápis aqui no jornal? Mas primeiro ela tem que pegar o jornal.
Let's see if some charming words will get me into the station. Hello, you wonderful man.
Oh, hello.
All alone are you out here? Can I enjoy your company for a while?
I don't care.
Uh-oh, that'll be a hard one to crack. Can I borrow your newspaper for a few minutes?
What? No way. The nurse is finally just about to turn the doctor around.
Pardon?
Don't tell me you've never heard of the Siberian Saga.
No. I have to pass on that. What is it?
The soap opera in the Moscow News. A fascinating love story. For the last 3 weeks, they have been publishing a new chapter every other day. And I guess that the nurse...
Yeah, great. That's enough. It sounds really gripping. Are you almost finished with it?
No, not for a while yet. I'm reading it slowly on purpose to prolong the excitement. Of course I have the newspaper at home as well, but there's not much going on here, so I can read without being disturbed. I'm really anxious to see if the head nurse's plot...
No! Stop it! My doctor has forbidden too much drama and excitement. You were guarding the side entrance here. Is there any special reason for it?
Yeah, no one's supposed to go in there.
Talk about stating the obvious. I'm flirting with you, stupid. Oh, and because of that, they have installed a strong, muscular man like you here.
What? You mean me?
Yeah, right. I'm sure they spent a long time thinking about who they could give such an important task to. And they came to the conclusion that only you could fulfill the job. Well-trained and radiating power and strength.
Yes, you're probably right. I've only been with the troops for 3 years, but I've already achieved a lot.
Of course, I, as a mere woman, feel much better when I know that real men like you are defending our land. What is so important about the station that you have been chosen to guard the side entrance?
Actually, I'm not allowed to say. It's top secret. But I guess it has to do with some Secret Service thing. There are masses of conspicuously inconspicuous people running around. You're not from the FSB, are you?
Me? No, of course not.
Phew. I was lucky. I nearly let the cat out of the bag. I don't want to end up like my colleague. They just took him away.
Sure, I understand. Damn, I almost had him in my hands.
O cara conta tudo e depois vai perguntar se ela é do serviço secreto. Como também se fosse adiantar, né? Perguntar se ela é do serviço secreto. Isso que a guarda é bem treinado. Ele não notou nem que ela estava paquerando lá para ver. Mas acho que agora ela pode atirar nessa lâmpada aqui, ele não vai poder ler. Ela vai pegar o jornal para adulterar o único número errado e ir lá enganar o cara da... Já bolei todo o plano, só falta dar certo agora. Poder fazer.
Your colleague, where did they take him? Is he coming back soon?
I'm afraid not. The 2 guys that took the poor guy are from the FSB, I think.
Oh, why did they take him?
No idea. But it's better not to ask questions. The wrong one at the wrong time, and it could be your last question. As soon as they have you in their grip, it's not easy to get out again. If you get out at all.
Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure.
Vamos ver.
See you soon.
Vamos ver se agora dá certo a minha ideia. Dá sim. Plim!
Damn! That is the 3rd bulb this month already. What idiot keeps ordering this cheap junk? The story was just about to get interesting.
Vamos ter que pegar esse jornal aqui. Mas com ele aí, ele devia entrar para pegar outra lâmpada.
This newspaper here?
Yeah?
Can I have it?
I guess so. The light bulb just exploded on me. It was really old anyway, and it'll be weeks for sure before anyone replaces it. You have to fill out a form that is signed by the officer on duty and then faxed to the ministry. From there, it goes through 3 committees, and with some luck, I'll see another one before I retire.
Yes, the wonders of bureaucracy are international. What about the newspaper?
Fine, just take it.
Boa, então agora o lápis com o jornal.
One small manipulation of the lottery results and the big win is perfect. Only short term, but isn't short-term happiness better than none at all?
É, melhor do que nada. Mais alguma coisa no chão aqui?
If all of these cigarette butts are from today and all from the same watchman, then he should apply to one of those record-breaking shows on TV. According to Sergei's theory, I should be able to get in there without any problems. What now? From up there, one can watch over the entire area. I'd better try to be as inconspicuous as possible, and very careful. Very useful if you are standing under your sweetheart's window again and aren't allowed in. A normal pebble.
Que é guijarro?
A normal pebble.
Normal? Não sei o que. Deixa eu te mostrar o jornal aqui para te enganar.
Here, the late issue. You can find out in here whether you can go fishing tomorrow or not.
Yes, I won! I won! I have to go home at once and tell my wife. Oh, what's the point? I'm going straight to my favorite fishing spot and we'll fish all night. And I'll quit first thing in the morning. If you want to marry a rich man, you'll find me down by the river.
I can only hope that he takes his sweet time about resigning. Some of the soldiers have been using that hole in the floor as a rubbish bin. They could at least have let a couple of gold rings drop into it.
Claro, é o que mais se acha no esgoto é anel de ouro, que deixam cair por acidente.
A heavy-duty safety door.
Ah, pegar a mangueira agora que ele não está lá, é. Boa, ela pegou a mangueira. Mais alguma coisa por aqui? Esse suporte aqui área de perigo.
The door is open a bit, but it seems to have wedged itself against something.
Vai usar o macaco para derrubar a porta, será? Vai. Ou vai levantar a porta para empurrar alguma coisa.
Done it. It's open. I don't know what's in there. It looks a bit like toxic waste.
Vai usar a mangueira nos resíduos tóxicos aqui? Não. Ia derreter a mangueira, né?
This one's been sprayed red. Is that of any importance? There is no opening for a key or anything like that. Not visible anyway.
Isso usa aqui. Vai fazer degraus?
The iron bars are too long and would probably get wedged in the shaft, so I can't use them as rungs for the ladder.
E se eu derreter um pedaço das barras aqui no material corrosivo?
The box seems to be dry. One of the sewage workers probably dropped it here.
Palitos de fósforo. Pra quê?
A box of matches from the nightclub lady. A few are still in it. Hey, hello! It's me again!
Hi.
Cigarro, é.
You smoke quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I know it's unhealthy. But I simply can't give it up. I've tried everything. That's why I'm glad I get to sit outside. At least here I can smoke. Want one?
Yes, please. It'll be good for my nerves. Isn't smoking forbidden inside the station?
Absolutely no smoking. They probably have stuff stored in there that could raise half of Moscow out of the ground.
Oh, what things?
No idea. And to be honest, I don't really want to know. Sometimes, ignorance is bliss.
Very wise words. Thanks a lot for the information.
My pleasure. See you soon.
An ordinary cigarette.
Tá, acendeu o cigarro.
A cigarette smoking peacefully away, and it stinks.
Ah, pegar essas barras aqui e bater no guarda, fácil.
You look unbelievably strong. Are you really powerful as you look, or is it more fat than muscle?
Well, I do work out a little. After all, I want to make sure my body is still easy on the eyes in 10 years.
Of course, optically, it is really very impressive. Problem with most bodybuilders is that they can pump huge weights and then not manage to open a jam jar.
Hey, wait. Show me the jam jar first.
Oh, have I insulted somebody's honor? I don't have a jam jar with me, but I do have these iron bars.
Give it to me. That's one of my easiest exercises.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
Na água não tem ação ali.
It stinks to high heaven, and the reason for it does not need analysis.
Se colocar a mangueira aqui, não. Mas agora eu posso colocar as barras aqui.
If I stand on the very edge of the rungs, they should hold my weight. So now I'm inside. Now the only question is where my father could be, and how I can look around without being caught by a soldier.
Ela nunca fica de frente, né, para poder fazer uma capinha pro vídeo mostrando a cara dela. Nas cutscenes às vezes aparece. Então é isso, hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.